Hi. So we're gonna try this again. I'm Amanda Diaz. Welcome, happy Tuesday, and I'm here with Alex Diaz
Yeah,
from Desert Valleys as well.
yeah, both ADs.
Hey, 80 squared.
AD.
So tell us again who you are, what you do, and a fun fact about
Okay, so I'm Alex Diaz. Uh, I've been with Desert Valleys 8 years. Um, 8 years in September. I forgot
September
about
9th.
September 9th. I
It's two
remember.
days before September 11th.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the only reason why I remember. And I'm the operations supervisor, so I'm in charge of the front line. I oversee the front line, which includes with the tellers and everything that happens in the front. Um, a fun fact about me. Fun fact about me. I play guitar.
What type of guitar? I am not musically inclined. We
With a
already
guitar
know
that
this.
has 6 strings on it.
Okay, so are you like a country singer? Are you
No,
like Led Zeppelin?
so I'm not a big country fan.
What?
Yes, I'm saying it live.
Oh, of
I'm
course he's doing it live because I can't do anything.
I'm not a big country fan. I like jazz.
Dang. Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
like
So you don't like Johnny Cash?
yeah, I can do Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
know a
friends.
couple of his songs.
Okay. There we
Yeah.
go.
So
So fun fact. Memphis. I always sing to him "Walk the Line."
do you really?
That was his like lullaby. That's his calm down song. Everything.
Nice.
So Johnny Cash.
So that means if I play, you sing.
Yeah. No. Negative. Not happening. Well, maybe here. You guys have seen me sing here a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah, I mean, like, stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. Oh,
That's not really singing.
well, you know what? It's a tune that I'm carrying.
Rough writing. Okay.
There we go. There we go. So, what did you start as here before becoming operations supervisor?
I started as a teller.
Okay.
So I started off with no banking experience. Um, yeah.
Before we got cut off last time, he was talking about how he was at Sears. So
Yeah.
tell us about that again.
So I was at Sears and I was a salesman. And you make extra money on selling warranties, extra coverage on the appliances. So
So that's why they're so pushy with it.
yeah,
Got
yeah. See, I never was. It's like if the person didn't need it, I wouldn't sell it to.
it. Okay.
If I knew I try to find the best fit for them based on what their needs was, and then there was times where um, I'll try to do my best to get as many discounts as I can. So I
Wow.
always try to help.
You're like the oddball of salesmen.
Yeah, I wouldn't do well on sales in that regard.
So you will never have your own car lot.
No,
Okay.
probably be giving cars away. Like you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
We'll go live there and have your own little talk show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So, what are some of your most memorable opportunities from being here for 8 years?
So coming into the banking experience, I'm glad I came into a credit union.
Okay.
And I'm glad I came into this credit union. So I actually applied at another credit union across town. And the funny story about that, they do an assessment. So before you even get an interview, they send you a link or you go to this. I don't remember what it is, but you do a math assessment.
Okay.
And then on there, it tells you not to use a calculator. No one's watching you. You're at your house doing this.
Are you sure like your little webcam isn't big brothering?
No. Well, maybe, I mean, not them, but maybe someone else. But I didn't use a calculator and I failed. So I didn't even get an interview. So
Okay, so
I didn't even get to go to the interview.
Alex, I feel like you need to be in my corner of the world here and not do the money. Fun fact again about Amanda. Money makes Amanda uncomfortable.
So yeah, I didn't even get to an interview. So I heard that they were hiring here, and at the same time I was working at Sears, I was also trying to get my real estate license.
So you could give away houses too?
Yeah, I don't know how that would have went. But But I was on my last course before I had to go take the state exam.
Okay.
And one of the local realtors I was going to work with, he knew it was just me, my wife, and my son. We were a young family. No money saved up at all. And we became good friends. And to this day, we're good friends.
Okay.
And he took me out to lunch when I told him they were hiring here. And I told him I might apply, but I wasn't sure. And he took me out to lunch and he basically just said, hey, if you're going to do real estate, you need money for real estate because you don't make money right away. And he said, as a
At
young,
least he was upfront with it.
he was, yeah, I'm super glad he was. He actually advised me to come and apply because it's a steady income and there might be benefits for my family and I.
Mhm.
So I said, okay. And I did. I applied and I got the interview and here I am.
Here we are today.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's true. Like, you want to find a job that's stable, like, even though it's fun. And luckily here we have a fun environment. At least I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is. It is. It's fun. It's a different it's a whole different world, if you will.
mhm.
And coming in, I came in running. What I mean by that is that
Okay.
we used to do trainings and get certificates, and there was an
Okay.
incentive. Every certificate you got, it was a $25 gift certificate card, I think it was. And
Oh.
so I think Adrian took advantage of that too. Adrian, who's our loan officer.
Adrian was on the show May the 4th, actually, doing
Oh,
trivia against Eric. So if
oh
you
yeah,
guys look
yeah,
back on that one.
yeah, yeah. So we both took advantage. But I was really getting just the whole credit union philosophy. I was
hmm
just like getting into it more and more. Um, and I was here. Sometimes I would show up super early just to take trainings. This was back then.
Back in the day,
That's sad. Yes.
Alex.
Yes. Yes. So leading up to the question you asked, the most memorable opportunities I've had here is Bite of Reality.
Yes. Yes.
Bite of Reality. When we did that, and the first time I went,
So, quick overview for people because Bite of
oh yeah,
Reality's been kind of dead in the water for the last couple of years. It's a fun little event that
hmm
is going to be making a comeback in 2022.
mm
It's for teens, but in our field of membership for them to go, and it's different stations that's set up like real life, like car salesman. There's a credit union. You get a family, you get an income, you get debt, a credit score, everything. And it's for kids to experience life without having to do it and failing in real life.
hmm
So, Bite of Reality.
yeah, and it was so fun. The setup to that time, and once we got it going, watching all the kids come in, and just they were so curious to what it was. Um, and then I got to work at the credit union.
Weird.
And just watching the kids, go. The credit union's like lonely in the first once it gets going, right?
Because
Because the
everyone
kids
wants
are
to go
going
buy everything.
spending. But once they started coming, they flood the credit union. Like, hey, I'm out of money. But it's that opportunity to just spend with the young kids there and just teach them, like, hey, you overspent here, you did this,
Mhm.
doing that, and then watching them, like, oh, like it was just an experience for me.
That's rad, though,
So I
to
enjoyed that.
have that outreach. And it's outside of the walls here, and it's
hmm
fun. It's making life fun. Like,
hmm
sometimes going to the bank to get a loan isn't always exciting.
Yeah.
And, coming here versus going to a bank, it's still might not be exciting, but here at least you're treated like a person.
Yeah.
So, which kind of leads into my next question. Can you tell me what is a head and what is a heart?
Yeah. So
And how
before
that leads into
before I get there is another one.
Oh,
There's
look
another
at
one that I
him.
had
You
that
like being around here then.
was
I keep you around.
yeah.
Does it involve Godzilla?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that was cool. I had fun.
Shout out to Raw Media for
Yeah.
doing that too.
Yeah, I had fun. I ran a lot, but I had fun. Um, but the other one was something that didn't really take off. And it was like a play on words.
Okay.
This was more financial literacy, like continuing, like maybe doing courses or things like that. And I came up with the name when I was thinking of Bite of Reality.
Okay.
I was like, huh. what if we do reality bites? It's a
Okay.
play on word. Like you get bites of like bite of reality, right?
Right.
But also reality sometimes bites.
Correct.
So I was like, cool, right? And the plan with that started, I think, when Trona reached out. Trona High School reached out because they're seniors. We didn't do it this last year, obviously. We didn't do it this year,
Mm-hmm.
but the Trona High School brings their seniors all the way over here, and we set up the CRC,
Okay.
or we did, and we will talk about credit. We will talk about credit and
Like credit score,
mhm,
credit
what is
cards.
credit, what is credit score, how do you build credit,
Okay.
how does credit affect you, and it was so cool to just interact with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I would share life stories. I would share life stories of how I didn't have a car
Okay.
and I wanted a car for 5 years. We didn't have a car, and it's when I started at Desert Valleys that our if I know he's watching, uh, he actually I got my first car here.
Okay.
We bought our first car here at Desert Valleys, but just what led up to that, and then having insight to the whole um, financial side of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's just even better because now I had better footing to be able to present this material to the kids and just to watch it just became memorable.
Like a light bulb go off
Yeah,
with them.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Or I
yeah.
guess turn on, not go off.
And
So.
then watching them come back both from Bite of Reality and Reality Bites, watching them come back and open an account. And then the
Ah.
cool thing is I would open their account.
There we go. So it's
So,
like full circle then.
yeah.
Was it Circle of Life?
Oh, you sing?
There you go. I carried a tune. Oh yeah, another fun fact. I don't like to sing.
Yeah.
Next time we're gonna have to bring you back on with your guitar and just do like
No.
we'll have you like just play the intro.
No, if Paul gets into it, I will do it. But if he doesn't, I won't.
Paul's like the one over here with Raw Media videoing us, antagonizing us on. I rapped before, so maybe we'll do it again.
So going back to the question, head and heart.
Oh yes, yes.
Um,
What's another opportunity that you've had here?
another awesome opportunity I've had here is to attend what's called Western CUNA Management School.
Okay.
It is a 3-year, it's a 3-year school, management school for credit union professionals. And you have on the west side, like of the United States, you have over, like, I think, about over 300 students who attend the Pomona College campus
Wow.
2 weeks out of the year for 3 years.
Okay.
And you learn
Is that
so
a
much.
solid chunk of 2 weeks, or is it throughout the year?
It's 2 weeks out of the year, and in those 2
Yeah.
weeks, 8 hours a day,
Okay.
we receive really good academic courses on how to basically run a credit union and how to
Wow.
be a credit union professional and a leader in the credit union. And 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 it's cool, all that, the academic part, but I think the greatest takeaway of that, the opportunity that I've had is to the networking that goes on at the school.
Okay.
So funny story is me going there, I have no degree.
Okay.
I have certificates, but no degree. I am planning to go back to school. So it will happen this year.
You can do it.
I have to do it. I have to do it. But
It's okay. I just went back to school too. You already know that, but
yeah,
let me
yeah.
tell you, it's a lot different. Even just being in online classes and being old.
Well, yeah. But going in there, I did feel intimidated because you have. So I went in as a teller,
Okay.
I believe, if I'm right, like a head teller. Yeah, I went in there. So you had people who were like VPs of operation. You had a couple CEOs there. You had branch managers,
So people that have been within credit unions for
or not just that. I mean, people who have their MBAs.
yeah.
They were all there, right? And I got to say, the first year when they talked about financial stuff, I was lost. I'm just like, huh?
Really?
But the networking part again, as I sat around with these professionals, we will go around and introduce ourselves. So what do you do at your credit union? Oh, I'm a branch manager, or I oversee operations, or I do marketing and this and that. And then they get to me. Like, what do you do at your credit union? Oh, I'm just a teller. And they will correct me. They'll be like, you're not just a teller. Don't just say you're just a teller.
Okay.
You matter. If your credit union believed in you so much that they sent you here, you matter.
That's awesome. That
And
in and
so,
itself is like, ooh,
and so throughout the first year, the 2 weeks that I was there, my confidence went up.
like just skyrocketed. You're like, okay.
It didn't skyrocket, but it did go up.
Oh,
It
that
did
would have
go up.
been like, that would have hit me hard if someone said that, like just straight off the bat, like during introductions.
And so the head and the heart comes in that.
Okay.
And the head and the heart really comes, they tell the story in orientation the first year, every first year class. I forget his, like, yeah, I had the book too. I know Eric's going to comment on there.
Okay, let's see. Let's just go ahead and
But
see.
it came from the story of the Princess of the Frog, Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
And the idea there is that the frog, right, in order to be turned back into a person, he has to be kissed by, was it his true love or something, right?
Yes.
In order to do that, this is where the head and heart comes. He needed to have a plan. He couldn't just go up to someone and say, hey, kiss me, right?
Right.
It just, he needed to have a plan and how to approach a woman, how to approach the love of his life, if you will. He couldn't just go hop over there and be like, can you kiss me, ribbit, right?
Ribbit. She's
But
like,
he-
look at this cute little frog.
But he had to strategically think, how am I going to do this? But he also had that heart side where I need to find this true love.
Okay.
So that's the head and the heart, that you lead with your head, right? And you lead with your heart.
Okay.
That having those two together, the credit union movement is all about the head and the heart, because we're here to serve our members.
Right. Members aren't just a number.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there's just what they are. They're members.
And everyone has their own unique backstory, life challenges, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so that's where the head and heart comes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. When do you graduate?
July, next month.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's exciting. And I mean, through this, we have 2 graduates here already.
Mm-hmm.
You're a third.
I'll be the third, and there'll be a fourth one next year.
Okay.
And then there'll be another one attending possibly next year.
That's awesome, though, that it's a continuation and evolving program.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one thing about the culture and the environment here is they want you to be the best and in what you want to do. Like, it's very supportive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is having that support. And that's what I learned at WCMS. Another fun story is I was very I'm not, I still kind of struggle, but I'm not as confident. I might come off as I am, but I struggle, especially if I had a hard time understanding something. I kind of struggle.
Okay.
But at the school, there's an opportunity to get involved with your class. So I'm part of the Sigma class.
Okay.
And to get involved in your class in such a way where you become a class, either president, vice president, or treasurer of your class.
It's kind of like ASB or something from like high school.
Yes, but at a higher, kind of bigger scale.
Okay.
Because we're now in charge of creating events to raise funds, and it's like you learn how to be a credit union professional.
Okay.
And the second year I went, I decided to step out. I decided to step out, and I remember when we were networking, I would go around because I got to know a lot of people and say, hey, would you vote for me if I run for president?
Do you have like vote for Alex Diaz posters?
No.
Oh, dang.
No. No.
Gotta market yourself, buddy.
So the way I marketed myself was just get to know people.
Okay.
And it was fun. You know, I went around, would you vote for me? And a lot of people said, yes, I will nominate you. I will nominate you. Here's the thing. When it came time in our class to nominate someone for president, no one nominated me. No one. The people, there was like
Huh.
over 50 people who said, I will nominate you. No one did. So I felt little.
Oh,
Like, oh my gosh, were they drunk when they told me this?
you didn't.
and I remember sitting there, and because I already had gone in with the mindset, I have to step out, I have to throw myself out there. Especially that first year, people correcting me, you're not just a teller. So I raised my hand because they asked, do you want to nominate yourself or does someone want to nominate someone? And I just raised my hand.
Look at you. That's
And
bold.
oh God, in the class of over 100 people, I think
Okay.
150, I believe it was. And it's like standing up there. And now you have to, okay, if you become president, what would you do for your class? So they went down the line, and I was just thinking, well, what am I going to do? Right? But I had already been thinking about this, and my
Y'all,
biggest
free candy bars for everybody.
free chocolate.
Free
Free
chocolate.
chocolate for
Free chocolate
everybody.
for everybody.
No, I kind of thought about this beforehand, and one of the things that really got to me was the legacy that's left behind.
Okay.
So as a class president, my thing was, what legacy are we leaving behind for the other classes to come by? Right? What are we going to do moving forward in our class? How are we going to impact the classes that come before? And when I said that, people liked it. I wasn't
You
trying
got
to.
them in the feels.
I did, but that wasn't my intention. I just shared what I thought would be a good thing to reach for.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: I was a nominee. I didn't get the president. Someone else did.
Really?
Yeah. So came to vice president, like to choose a vice president. I sat there and I was just like, I tried. I'm good. I stepped out. It didn't work. I tried. I'm good with that. And when someone asked, do you want to nominate anybody for vice president? There was a few people who said, I nominate Alex.
Oh.
I was like, wow, that's a turn of events. So I ended up going up there. And when they got to me, I said, I'm still sticking with what I said. So you guys already heard it the first time. It's still the same thing the second time. It's not changing. And so we went out, and I think, I don't remember how it was, but the point was they ended up nominating 2 vice presidents of the class because they couldn't decide which one. And it was myself
Okay.
and Doug, which is one of my classmates. So I ended up being on the student council for WCMS as vice president.
Well,
I still am.
congratulations. I was going to say, still are, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that part of your little things that you get to dress up for and have fun?
Yeah, so I'm in charge of our event. This time is a little different because it's virtual.
Okay.
So we had to find a virtual vendor. So this is part of being a credit union professional. You have to go out and look for a vendor. You got to see your budget. You got to rally your team. You got to get committees. Okay, you're in charge of this. You're in charge of that.
This sounds a lot like something we have going on currently in our lobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For those people who don't know, we currently have stars going on.
We do.
So.
We do.
And for those of you who might not know or haven't heard of stars, it's for a community fireworks show.
Yeah.
So come see Alex. Get everyone pumped up. We have cowbells out there and everything. Mm-hmm. And all your donations help go towards the Lions Club, and they're organizing our community fireworks show on July 3rd.
And we have a goal.
At the fairgrounds. And yes, we do have a goal of 2,500. And how close are we right now?
I think we're over, I want to say we're over 1,000 right now. So we're actually doing pretty good.
Okay.
We're doing pretty good. And the community's been so responsive to that. So it's been good.
I've heard a couple of members, like they're playing games or something, like every time they come in, they're like, I want to make another donation. I have to beat out like my brother or something.
Yeah. Some members do that. Yep.
So get down here. You get a star. Get to write your name on there. Stick it up in our lobby. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure Alex gets that whole rally mentality going up and get the whole teller line going rowdy.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of tailgating on that. The other thing I want to share about the whole credit union movement is that it's for people, and you have a rally of a team that's behind you within the credit union and the credit union movement as a whole across the United States.
Right.
And it's this whole cooperative, right? It's pretty cool. That same support that I found at WCMS as a professional, as someone who's kind of growing into this, I find the same support here at Desert Valleys. And this is where the question goes, how you want to ask the question? I'm like moving ahead here.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Feel free. This is Alex. He's our host. I'm just kind of here. Hi. No, the number 4, we all obviously have our little timeline that we're following. Whenever Eric's here, we just kind of wing it. How does being part of the Desert Valleys team differ from other jobs you've had?
The support.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, there's a fact about me that not many people know.
That you play guitar and it has 6 strings.
Besides that one. That's a fun fact. But the other fact is that I am actually a DACA recipient.
Really?
So if you don't know what that is.
Because as of yesterday, I did not.
What that is that I am part of the DREAM Act.
Okay.
I'm a recipient of that. That's something that President Obama passed a couple years ago. And it was to give legal status to undocumented people who were brought into the United States when they were young. And the amount of support that I've had from the team here it's been tremendous, because they see me as not someone who's illegal or who has legal issues. They see me as a person who is fighting for the best for him and his family.
Right.
And that's been the biggest difference for me, and what Desert Valleys has meant to me and my family. And the funny thing about that is I didn't know growing up that I was here illegally.
So how old were you when you came here?
I was 8 months.
Oh, so you were like little baby.
Yes.
Okay.
I get on my dad because my mom was pregnant when she was about 8 months. And my dad decided to take my mom back to Mexico so I can be born full-blood Mexican and then come back.
Stop it.
I'm dead serious. Terrible. I mean, I like my heritage. I love.
So your dad's like old school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when I found out that was my status, I was 15 years old living in Vegas.
Okay.
And some of my friends during summer were getting jobs. So I was like, I want a job. So I go get applications. And there's a spot on the application that says SS $. And so I'm like, cool, I'm going to go ask my mom, right? Hey, Mom, I need that. Can you give it to me? Because I'm applying for this job. She looks at me. She's like, you don't have one, mijo? I'm like, what do you mean? So how can I get one? I need it. Can we go get one? No, it doesn't work that way. That's when I found out that
was that like the awkward moment? Like,
for me, it was.
Like deer in the headlights?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when I learned the whole thing of our situation. And I was like, wow. And all my friends were like getting jobs and doing this. And I'm here like, I can't.
Wow.
So I spent quite a few years before the whole DREAM Act. So we were a young family. We started off young. We had to work our butts off to get what we have, because it wasn't easy finding a job. It wasn't easy doing things like that. It was just hard all around. But, my wife and I, we always knew that we can do better. We can do better. We can do better. We can fight for what we want. We can get what we want, regardless of the hurdles that were there. And when that DREAM Act passed, it was everything to us. I kid you not. As soon as we did that, we found a way to get the money.
Right.
We did it as fast as we can. And the first thing I did was go apply for my driver's license.
Stop.
So I won't have to drive scared that I would get pulled over.
That's amazing. Like, I don't know, but this is so admirable. Like, I'm like, what?
I was so happy. I kid you not. I would drive around at 2 a.m. so a cop can stop me just so I can give him my driver's license.
You did not.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. My wife and I would take drives and we like I would tell her, I wish a cop can just stop me so I can give him my driver's license.
You're like looking for those, what is it? Like those drunk driver stops. You're like, I'm going to go through it. I just want to give them my driver's license.
I didn't want to get a ticket. I just wanted them to stop me
You
for.
weren't supposed to be drinking and driving.
Well, I wasn't drinking and driving.
Okay, good.
But it was such a huge milestone for us because we weren't afraid anymore to like, it's like the doors open.
It's like
endless
a weight
possibilities.
was lifted off of you. Like
That and then just endless possibilities. We can go to school. We can get a job. We can not worry about like, are they gonna find out that so many things, and it was just freedom for us. Really, like that was freedom.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
I
I don't even know the last time I drove around at 2 a.m. But now I'm gonna think about that.
don't do that anymore. I have 3 kids. It's hard.
I'm just old. Driving around at 9:30 p.m. is hard.
Yeah. But yeah, the amount of support and just I know Eric when I first started, like getting a $5,000 loan for a car was a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you know what, this isn't a lot. And I was like, no, that's a lot to me. I've never gotten a $5,000 loan. Like I've never really gotten a loan at all.
And that's when you were a teller starting out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I remember what he said once. He said, Alex, you have a whole credit union behind you. And that's been with me since then. Like I got a house.
Woo!
I got a car, right? A better car. And it's like all along the way, I knew that I have a whole credit union that's standing behind me and supporting me and cheering me on. So
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm so stoked for you right now. Like, that sounds like even something that I haven't experienced. Like, I've experienced it here. Trust me. Like, my first car loan was through here and all that. But, like, your scale just made my day. Like, right before this, I ate some chocolate. And I was like, this is the best chocolate in the world. Like, being on this live today was, like, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
So, any favorite mantra or quote as we wrap this up?
Oh, man, I didn't think about that one.
Oh, now it's off the cuff.
Reach for the stars. No, I'm kidding.
Do hard things, as my sign says.
Actually, I have it on my email. I think it was, I forgot who quoted it, but it's never too late to start.
And that ties in perfectly with your story.
It's never too late to start. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on today and sharing and
yeah,
letting everyone meet you a little bit closer.
yeah,
So
yeah. It was a pleasure.
sorry for the little hiccups at the beginning, guys, but stay tuned. We'll be back at 4 o'clock for DV Live City Talk. And thanks again, Alex. Everyone, come on in, see him, ring cowbell, and be like, I want some stars.
Yeah, come on in.
Awesome. Have a great time, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.